What's up, everybody? Welcome to some Yahenni. Daring Darling, hope you're ready to get your mono black mid-range on. Let's get the chat closed out, get the graveyard squared up, and pop the commanders out. Playing against Sidisi. Awesome. Love some nice little zombies, so let's get this. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it always bothers me when they're not. There we go. Looking good. Okay. So check it out. As far as opening hand goes, we have Urborg, we have Double Swamp, Crux of Fate, Wretch Conflict. Yeah, I like this. It's not too bad. Hopefully we hit one of our mana rocks. Other than that, it's pretty good. We got some nice removal, a little board wipe, and Obnixilis. Oh yeah, let's have some fun. See if our opponent has some mulligan past 6. Looks like they stay at 6, and we'll get some stuff going. We're playing Yahenni, Undying Partisan. Yahenni has haste. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a +1 counter on Yahenni, then sacrifice another creature. Yahenni gains indestructible until end of turn. Let's go ahead and put the swamp down. Anything else? No, we're going to go and pass the turn. Playing against Sidisi, Brute Tyrant. Whenever Sidisi enters the battlefield, put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard. Then, whenever one or more creature cards are put into your graveyard from your library, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. That's undead and is a zombie and is ready to eat your brains. Okay, let's go ahead and get the swamp down. I guess at this point, we'll go ahead and go for reassembling skeleton. That sounds pretty good. Get on reassembling skeleton. Anything else? No, we're going to go and pass the turn. We have reassembling skeleton in here. It's a really great way for us to have a creature to sacrifice to Yahenni, give it indestructible, Yahenni indestructible, and then swing in. Coming in hot. Now we do have Urborg in the hand, and our opponent has Double Forest and a Sunken Hollow. So we're going to hold off as long as we can on that Urborg, because it gets into spots where they're okay on green mana, but they need that last. They have a black-blue source as far as you know, it's split on one lane right there. So we're going to hold off on Urborg as long as we can, so we'll make sure they don't cast it. Sylvan Ranger. Okay, it's a promo art. It's like, man, that's some wild-looking art. Here's the battlefield search. Stop it for a basic card, reveal it, put it in your hand. Okay, then shuffle your library. See what they reveal off that one. But, yeah, man, that's some wild-looking art right there. I like that it's a promo, but it looks kind of goofy. Okay, our opponent gets the swamp down, so we're going to have Urborg online. We can get it down next turn if we want to. Ooh, and they go for the Lotus Cobra. Good-looking deck over there. Withering Boon. Love it. Let's go ahead and get the, let's get the swamp down, and then let's go ahead and pass the turn. Yeah, so we're going to have Withering Boon up. As additional cost it, pay 3 life, counter target creature spell. So we're going to be able to, this is one of those, if they go for Sidisi, which I hope they do, then we can counter that target spell with Withering Boon. That always, man, it's just, feels good. I don't know, I love it. It's like playing Mana Tide, the black version of Mana Tide. I don't know, nobody ever expects it, and you get to just blast a commander, send him back into the command zone. And check out the card art on this one. Pretty wild looking. Love it. Great looking card art. Okay, see what they're tapping out for. More than likely we'll see Sidisi coming down. They do have 3 mana. Oh, Sidisi, Withering Boon. Yes, I do have a response. Love it. Get out of here. Okay, CDC goes back to the command zone, and yeah, they can crack. That'll be 3 more. The landfall, Lotus Cobra, and Sunken Hollow. That'll be 3 total mana. So they cannot recast CDC, and then they're looking at about 6 mana with the commander attack. So next turn we're looking at going for Yahenni, get on Yahenni, and then we get into spots to where we can go Wretch Confluence and really kind of clean up the creatures they've got going on over there. That'll be really nice for the Wretch Confluence. Get some nice little extra counters on Yahenni, especially if we hit the land drop for the following turn, because that'll sequence really nice, because that'll be 3+1 counters on Yahenni, so I'll take that. And this is pretty interesting. This looks to be not really like a heavy zombie build, kind of more of a value style deck, so pretty cool. Interesting build for Sidisi. See what we draw into. Draw into another swamp. Let's go ahead and get the swamp down. Once again, we're just going to hold off on Urborg. Let's go ahead and go for the, let's get down Yahenni. 1, 2, 3. We can go and push in right now if we want to, but if they swing in, let's see, how do we want to sequence this? Let's go and swing in with Yahenni. It's going to have haste. If they want to block with one of the creatures, Flying Death enters the battlefield, draw a card. Yeah, we'll go and push in with this one. Well, actually, no, let's hold off, because if we're going to go for Wretch Confluence, I want to get into spots. Let's say they, well, we can swing in, because if we sack it and we're going for Wretch Confluence the following turn, no, let's go and hold off. Don't attack. No, we're good. We leave a Wretch Confluence. I like having the indestructible ability. You know, if they do have the land drop for the turn, then go for Sidisi, and they might get into spots where they have a zombie. We can go Crux of Fate where we can destroy everything else. So I kind of like leaving Reassembling Skeleton online, because we're looking at going for 5 mana with Urborg next turn. So I kind of like that line a little bit better instead of swinging in on this one and forcing the activation on Reassembling Skeleton. So see what they're tapping out for. Might be Sidisi. if they have a land drop to make. Other than that, they've got 5 mana. But on a side note, if you'd like to be sacrificed to Yahenni to make Yahenni indestructible, head over to mtgotraders.com. Hey, that's where we got it all set up over there. And then also, if you've not subscribed to the MTGO Traders YouTube channel, be sure you do. I'm getting out a nice little mix of Commander and Modern content on that channel too. So, pretty fun stuff. All right, so we have Liliana on the battlefield. I think we want to go for Crux of Fate. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, exile. We're going to have Liliana coming back as a planeswalker, but we're going to have that haste ability, and we'll be able to take care of Liliana, so I think I do like that. Okay, let's go get the Urborg down. Draw into our very own Liliana. Let's go for Urborg, and if we get down Liliana, we could start picking off our opponent's creatures. Let's go ahead and go for Crux of Fate. Let's go and sacrifice the Reassembling Skeleton. Let's go for Crux of Fate, destroy all creatures, destroy all non-dragon creatures. Don't want to go for dragon creatures, that won't be too good. Since we did sacrifice the Reassembling Skeleton, Yahenni is going to be a indestructible. Get those nice little counters. Oh yes, always yield, and then always yield to the Liliana trigger. Alright, so we're going to get 4 triggers on Yahenni, but it looks like they just went, let Liliana go to the graveyard or something. Okay, coming in hot. No, excuse me, it's going to get exiled and then come back on the battlefield, so swinging for 6, puts him down to 23. Anything else? No, we're going to go and pass the turn. So, we have Reassembling Skeleton coming out of the graveyard. We can bring that back as another way to give Yahenni indestructible if they get some more zombies out there. We also still have Wretch Confluence, where we can kind of pick them off. We're going to choose 3 modes with Wretch Confluence. What we can do is choose Sidisi twice, and if they do get a zombie on the battlefield, then it'll kind of allow us to kind of get a little bit extra over there. Oh! Putrefy. Destroy target artifact or creature. Can't be regenerated. Fair enough. So I think at this point we're going to go ahead and go Liliana. That gives us a little bit of a clock. Or, we did hit the land, so we go Nixilis. Flying Trample. Whenever opponent starts using their library, that player sacks a creature and loses 10 life. Whenever a creature dies, put a +1 counter on it. Let's go ahead and let's get down Nixilis, I think, on this one. It gives us a little bit of a threat in the air, and that really kind of turns our Wretch Confluence on, that if we can pick off some of the zombies if they do end up going for Sidisi. So I kind of like that line of play. But yeah, as far as this build of Yahenni, it's not necessarily an aristocrat style build. It's really just more of a mono black value deck. You know, we have stuff like Grey Merchant. We get down Grey Merchant, it's going to be 4 Devotion coming across. If we get down Liliana, it's really just kind of you're just kind of getting in a spot where you can get down Yahenni, make it really nice and big, and then swing across. All right, we have looks like 6 mana being tapped. Probably going to see CDC coming across. There we go. All right, let's get the chat closed out. Not the chat. The commander box, and then looks like they do hit. Yes, they do hit a creature card off that, so that's going to be a zombie coming across. So what we're going to be able to do is go for Wretch Confluence, make CDC get -4, and then the zombie's going to get -2. So we'll be okay on that. And what do we draw into? Let's see. Ancient Tomb. Okay, let's go and get the Ancient Tomb down. So we have 1, 2, 7, 8. We have 8 total mana. So we can actually go Wretch Confluence and Liliana, which is actually pretty good because that puts us on Grey Merchant the following turn. So let's go ahead and go for that. Let's go Wretch Confluence. Target creature gets, we're going to do 3 of those. So we're going to go 1, 2, and then 3. So we're going 1, 2, 3. Actually, tap the Ancient Tomb. There we go. Okay. Wretch Confluence coming across. Get those extra counters on, get that 1 extra counter. Let's go Liliana. Let's go plus Liliana. And swing in for 5. That's going to put them right at 18 coming across. And then anything else. No, we're going to go past turn. Okay, so Yahenni's back in the command zone. We're looking at 5 total mana to get down Yahenni. It's going to have haste. And then whatever they get out there, we do have Liliana to make sure that creature gets -2, -1. So we should hopefully be able to kind of get into spots where we can push Yahenni through. And especially if they're just running a bunch of value creatures. You know, we've seen Guy's Herald, Birds of Paradise, the Lotus Cobra. So Liliana should be able to do some nice little cleanup duty as far as whatever they want to get out there. So let's get Sidisi back up too. But yeah, glad we, Vizier of the, yeah, very nice. They can look at the top card of their library and then cast it anytime if it's a creature card. Okay, Reanimate. All right, we got some nice stuff over here. Let's see what we got going on. So we have Liliana on the Vizier. We've got Reanimate on their graveyard. Search your library for a basic. Lotus Cobra would be nice. Baleful Strix, we'll be able to draw an additional card. What sounds good to us? We could Grey Merchant, Yahenni, or we could simply just get it down 1, 2, 3, 4. Interesting. Let's go ahead and go Liliana. I'd like to work towards that ultimate. I think that sounds pretty good. So we're going to apply that, make that minus, so it's just a 1-3 over there. Let's go and get down. Yahenni's going to cost 5. Yeah. Let's go ahead and go. Let's go Gray Merchant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, let's go and swing in 5 in the air. Then we get down Gray Merchant to chump block on the Vizier, and if it does die for some reason, then we get into spots where we can reanimate it and get that devotion coming back out. I like that. Okay. And we can also bring back the reassembling skeleton out too. All right, let's go and do that. Let's bring the reassembling skeleton out. I'm going to add to our devotion. And then let's go and go Gray Merchant, and we can tap this Ancient Tomb because of the Urborg that we have out there. So we got Gray Merchant coming down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to gain 6. And then they lose 6. Okay, puts them down to 12. And now, we have Liliana up. If we want to minus on the Vizier, we can go for that. If not, if something happens to Gray Merchant, we can simply reanimate it and get some nice little devotion coming across to kind of close it out. Or we can simply just recast Yahenni and still be online for reanimate. They do have Liliana coming out of the graveyard, so we could go for that. Well, not they have Liliana. I'm thinking in my head that, like, somehow we get 2 reanimator spells. That's not going to be possible. So, but at this point right now, we have 6 in the air. I mean, we have 5 in the air. Opponent, it is at 6 life. We've got at least 2 bodies on the ground, so they're going to have to get some more creatures on the ground to kind of stop our attack from swinging in. So, and then also Yahenni's going to have haste, so we'll be in a good little spot. But yeah, you can see where this is not necessarily full aristocrats, just really going more value. And I think this is like the first time I've cast Obnixilis like ever. So it's really nice to have a. I don't know, if you play enough Commander, it seems like you put certain creature cards in certain decks and then you just never see them. Like, where are you? You're on. Well, it's almost like they're on break all the time. Okay, tap it out for 3. See what they got going on. Could be a Toxic Deluge. But if that is the case, then we do have the Reanimate to kind of get around that. But we'll see what they're casting out for. If it's Toxic Deluge, they probably wouldn't have gone for Shaman of the Forgotten Ways the first time. Victimize. Choose 2 target cards, sack a creature if you return the cards to the battlefield. Liliana, Baleful Strix. Okay. That is an answer for the Obnixilis. Okay, get a +1 counter on Obnixilis. It's going to enter the battlefield tap. That's going to make it right at 6/6, so it's unfortunate. Victimize puts him in the battlefield tapped, yeah. So we're going to draw a card. We have Vizier. They're completely tapped out, so we should be able to kind of close it out. Unless we have something like Snuff Out. If our opponent has Snuff Out in the hand, they'll be able to take care of Obnixilis. But if not, then it looks like we're going to be doing A-OK on this one. Okay, we'll still go ahead and plus up Liliana just to be safe, and we'll go and send the whole crew in. Get Yahenni coming in too. Looks like our opponent might. There we go. Opponent scooped it up. Yep, we have 6 in the air from Obnixilis, and then we have Gray Merchant coming across and the Reassembling Skeleton, and we could have cast Yahenni out of the command zone to go for that. So I'll take that. Nice little game. All right, everybody. If you enjoyed it, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.